Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. In this video we're going to talk CNC and specifically focus on my machine that I built a couple of years back. I'm going to talk about all the upgrades and improvements that I've made over the years, and also focus on the controller side of things, because in an upcoming video I'm planning to swap out my current controller for a new advanced CNC controller. My current controller is a MACH4 based controller, and I'm planning to move away from the MACH4 platform for various reasons. But this little controller is made in China, and it's a fantastic little controller. It has a USB connection for easy setup, and it has all the necessary input and output pins you require for running a machine like this. It even has a dedicated port for the VFD to manage and control your spindle RPM. It also has a number of available pin mounts that you can map within the software to control things like relays, or your tool setter, or your coolant if you have one attached to your CNC. This particular model, as I said, is MACH4 based, and it has 4 access connections, meaning you can run your X, Y, or Z and an A access for an auxiliary if you do that. So just a few upgrades I made over time on the machine, like for instance on the stepper motors. I replaced all the stepper motors with stronger and more powerful stepper motors for the drive of the machine. So one of the major upgrades I did to the CNC was to install a spindle and a VFD. Originally I used this little spindle. It's an air-cooled 500 watt spindle using an ER11 collet, and the RPM was controlled via a potentiometer. Obviously it is not very strong, and using a small ER11 collet you're limited in terms of bit sizes. So I upgraded from this spindle to the Makita palm router. That Makita palm router is a great option if you want to stay within a budget and have a strong and reliable router for your CNC. It also gives you the option of using slightly larger bits since it's using a bigger collet. The next major upgrade I did to the machine was to add a spindle and a VFD. That gave me the option to control RPMs directly out of the controlling software. So for the CNC controller I used an Arduino Uno and a CNC shield. The Uno was flashed with GRBL firmware. That firmware is available for free on the internet. By running GRBL in your controller, you have many options of control software that you can use, like for instance OpenBuilds, UGS, or even GSENDER. They are all free and available on the internet and are constantly supported and updated. So as soon as I upgraded to the spindle and the VFD, I ran into a new problem called EMI. So EMI is basically electromagnetic interference. So what EMI basically does, it penetrates your electronic circuits and interfere with your signaling and can cause your machine to shut down. Every time I started up the VFD, the machine will shut down, triggering false alarms in the software. EMI can cause havoc on your machine and can cause your machine to shut down. There are various options and upgrades you can do to your machine to prevent EMI from penetrating your system and shutting it down. The obvious first one is the cabling. You can change your cabling to shielded cable. That's what I did. I changed the cabling for the stepper motors as well as the limit switches and the homing switches to shielded cable, and I grounded everything onto the base frame, and that's connected to the earth of the building. One other option you can also try is to install an EMI line filter that basically sits between your power supply of your machine and the wall socket where it is connected to. Just make sure it's grounded properly as well. But even that was not enough to keep the EMI out, so I decided to ditch the Arduino Uno. Another problem I had with the Arduino Uno was when I upgraded to the spindle and the VFD. The VFD requires a 0 to 10 volt PWM signal to control the RPM of the spindle directly out of the software, and unfortunately the Arduino Uno PWM pin only provides a 0 to 5 volt PWM pin. And to overcome that voltage problem, I installed a PWM module like this. It basically takes the 5 volt from the Arduino and boosts it up to a 10 volt PWM signal for the VFD. But unfortunately with this module I was never able to get a full 10 volt. It only goes up to about 9.2, 9.3. So as I continued troubleshooting, trying to find a solution to block the EMI penetrating the system, I came across this OPTO Coupler module. Basically what it does, it optically separates the electronic circuits from the electrical circuit of the CNC, meaning there's no physical or electrical connection between the two circuits, and blocking any EMI from penetrating the system. Alternatives to using the Arduino as your controller, there are multiple options out there that still supports GRBL. In this controller I'm using a MKS DLC32 version 2.1 board. It comes with a 32-bit chip, meaning I can flash GRBL, GRBL Hull, or even Fluid NC onto this controller. I tried them all and they work great. A limitation when using this board for a CNC is similar to the Arduino. It does not have integrated OPTO couplers, and in this controller I just built them in. So this controller has got a dedicated spindle output, and based on your input voltage, whether it's 12 or 24 volts, you can still control your spindle RPM through the PWM signal from your software. Okay, so one more upgrade and change I'm planning for the CNC is to stop using my laptop to run the control software. Instead, I'm going to use a Raspberry Pi, in this case a Raspberry Pi 5, and as you can see, it is directly connected to the controller via USB. For demonstration purposes, I'm using the MKS card that I mentioned earlier. There's nothing connected to it apart from a relay, and as you can see on the screen, I already have Ubuntu desktop installed on the Raspberry Pi and also the GSENDER application. So I'll go ahead and launch GSENDER and connect to the controller. And as you can see, we are connected, and the device or the controller is flashed with GRBL HAL. We can go ahead and do the configuration and the setup as per normal and start using it as a CNC controller. So while I was trying to build a reliable and cheap CNC controller using the Arduino, it basically let me down. It was powered by a 12 volt DC and connected to USB on my laptop, and for some odd reason the Arduino popped and the 12 volt went straight into my laptop via the USB and fried the motherboard. So I'm ditching the Arduino. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is my current CNC motion control card. It's a great little control card, and it takes care of all the problems that I had with the Arduino, like the dedicated 10 volt PWM output for the spindle, as well as integrated OPTO couplers for blocking out EMI. So this runs MACH4, and that's the reason why I'm taking it out of my CNC. So to wrap up this video in terms of controller for a CNC, any CNC card that runs MACH4 limits you to using only MACH4 CNC control software. And in my case, I'm using the hobby version. That comes at a hefty $200 price tag for a license, and for a hobbyist that is way too expensive. So I'm dumping MACH4 and I'm going open source. And I've ordered the new Fluid NC 6-axis control card from PiBot. I will link it down below. With that control card, I will be able to run the system as a Fluid NC system, or flash the new GRBL HAL firmware onto that control card and use my control software of choice, which is GSENDER, and it's free.